Congress needs to focus on the renewal of Trafficking Victims Protection and Reauthorization Act of 2014. Restoring this country's most important tool to combat human trafficking, this reauthorization reasserts the United States government leadership role in the fight against modern slavery and was passed an amendment to the Violence Against Women Reauthorization.
The law expired in September 30th, 2011, leaving programs to fight human trafficking. The Senate demonstrated overwhelming agreement supporting this earlier in the month, voting from 93 to 5. The United States House of Representatives voted Friday to pass a Senate-approved version, opening doors for President Obama to sign into the law of the United States, most importantly in the fight against human trafficking and modern-day slavery.
Human trafficking is the second largest criminal enterprise in the world. 27 million estimated worldwide are victims of modern-day slavery, generating over $32 million in profit to traffickers annually. Because Congress did not act in time to renew this act, this leaves the United States' effort against modern-day slavery in jeopardy.
Exploited in India's sex trade. The vast majority of trafficked women and girls usually come from the poorest, most disadvantaged backgrounds in India. The Dalits, Adivasi, and other low-caste communities. Every day in India, 200 women and girls enter prostitution, and 80% of them do so against their will as victims of trafficking.
Opinion on human trafficking?
I think that human trafficking is terrible. It is disturbing, and it's disturbing because people are thrown into that situation, and in most cases, they have no way of getting out of it. And I think it's a horrible thing that happens in our society.
Yeah, it is. Do you think Congress should renew this Trafficking Victims Protection Reauthorization Act?
Okay, if there's anything that we can do legally that would protect anyone from the human trafficking trade, then by all means I would say it needs to be renewed.
Do you think there should be harsher consequences against human traffickers?
I think that regardless of the offense, that there should be offenses that, or I should say punishments that would deter people from participating in the human trafficking trade. So I'm not sure that imprisonment may do it because there are probably so many people involved, but I'm not sure what it would be. But yeah, I would hope that there would be some harsher penalties for people involved in that trade.
What's your opinion on human trafficking?
This is a crisis. Anytime anybody gets involved and becomes a victim, where you're not in control of your own destiny, it's very sad and it's heart-wrenching. It deteriorates society, the families that are involved. It has so many different aspects to it that we really need to do everything we can to slow it down and hopefully one day stop it.
In what ways do you believe Congress can resolve this situation?
By enforcing the laws on the books, you have to put the manpower and the money behind the laws and get out there. And a lot of it's done on computers nowadays, local jurisdictions, task force, and making that an emphasis and making that a priority.
As an officer, how would you take this situation into hands?
If you come across it, there's a lot of help through the district attorneys and through other community-based organizations. You take the victim out of the environment and you address it and you get them help and you try to reunite them with their family or get them services so they can make better choices and get out of that, because sometimes they're so afraid and they're so just in fear of their lives that they won't break away.
Okay.
It raises a lot of issues that we grapple with on a regular basis when we go about prosecuting these cases. Obviously, prosecution is how we have declared in the United States human trafficking intolerable. We rescue victims every day, but obviously we can't stop at the rescuing of the victim and allow a trafficker to go on in impunity. These individuals must be brought to justice, and that's, our primary goal in the Human Trafficking Prosecution Unit, where I work in the Department of Justice.
What's happening to your daughter on the streets? I don't know. I mean, honestly, I don't know what's happening. I only know what she tells me, and she doesn't really tell me anything. You think she's worried if she told you that you might be really upset with her? her. I think she's embarrassed, to be honest, because I've told her, somebody's going to give you something of too many pills or whatever, and they're going to use you for what they want to use you for, and you're done for.